This is lecture 2 of electricity, class 10th. This is lecture 2. In this lecture, we are going to discuss what is potential difference. Now see what is potential difference. Before discussing potential difference, we should have concept of charges. In the last lecture, I told you we have two types of charges. We have positive charge and negative charge. Now this positive charge is equal to 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 19 coulombs, and this is equal to minus 1.6 into 10 raised power minus 19 coulombs. Now this is called unit positive charge. This is called unit positive charge. Unit positive charge, and this is called unit negative charge. This is called unit negative charge. Now this unit positive charge, this is important for us to understand potential difference. Let me write it like Q plus Q or Q. Now if I have 2 points, point A and point B, I have to bring a unit positive charge, that is charge of plus Q coulombs. From point A I have to move it from point A to point B. I have to move this charge from point A to point B. Now certain amount of work has to be done to move this charge from point A to point B. The amount of work done that is required to move a unit positive charge from point A to point B, that is called a potential difference. Amount of work done to move a unit positive charge from point A to point B, that is called a potential difference. Now how can we define potential difference? Potential difference is defined. Potential difference. Then our potential difference is defined as the amount of work done. It is the work done in moving a unit positive charge. In moving a unit positive charge. It's the amount of work done in moving a unit positive charge from one point to other point. From one point to other point. Now what is this one point and what is this other point? This point has its potential, this point has its potential. From a potential of one point to a potential of other point. Therefore we can write this potential difference. It is denoted by del V. Del means change in potential. Del V equal to amount of work done. It will be equal to work done per unit charge divided by charge. That is work done in moving a unit charge. Work done per unit charge is the work done in moving a unit charge from a potential of from one point to another point. How much work is required to move this charge from this point to this point? That will be called potential difference. Now see, work done we represent as W and charge is represented by Q. SI unit of this work done is joule and SI unit of charge is coulomb. Therefore, what will be the SI unit of potential? Joule per coulomb is called volt. Joule per coulomb is called volt. SI unit of potential is volt. What is SI unit of potential? It is volt. Now, when our potential can be 1 volt, see, if we have 1 joule of, if we are doing 1 joule of work and the charge we are moving from point A to point B is 1 coulomb. If 1 joule of work is done in moving 1 coulomb of charge, then potential will be 1 volt. Now see, 1 volt potential of 1 volt. 1 volt potential will be equal to, if work done is W, if W is equal to 1 joule of work is done to bring 1 coulomb of charge. 1 coulomb of charge from one point to another point. Means if we have 2 pointers, these are 2 pointers A and B, we are moving a unit positive charge, that's 1 coulomb of charge from this point to this point, 1 coulomb of charge from this point to this point, and the amount of work done is say 1 joule, then this is called 1 volt potential. Potential is said to be 1 volt if 1 joule of work is done in moving a charge of 1 coulomb from one place to another, from one point to another, from one potential to another potential. Now therefore our formula for potential difference comes out to be del V is equal to joule work done divided by charge. Our formula for potential difference comes out to be work done divided by charge. Now what is del V? Del V is change in potential. This is point A, this is point B. final, let this is at higher potential, and this is at lower potential. Difference from higher to lower, it is called change. Difference from higher to lower, we represent it by del. For example, we have over here we have V2 potential, we have V1 potential. Then the change in these two cases is V2 minus V1. This is change in potential. For example, if a body moves, let us understand it like this. If a body moves from this point to this point, that the initial velocity of the body is u1 and the final velocity of the body is u2. Then the change in the velocity will be final minus initial, that is u2 minus u1. This will be represented by del u. Del stands for change from final to initial. Then v2 minus v1 is equal to w by q. Now this becomes other formula. Now see, we will solve a question on this. Now let us frame a question over here. Let the amount of the charge moving from this point to this point is, for example, 10 coulomb. We are moving 10 coulombs of charge from point A to point B. Let the potential of this point is 40 volt and the potential of this point is 90 volt. Then we have to determine work done. How much work will be done when we move a charge of 10 coulombs from a potential of 40 volt to a potential of 90 volt. This is our final potential. This is initial potential. This will be called my V2 and this will be called my V1. Therefore, V2 minus V1, substitute over here. V2 minus V1 means 90 minus 40 is equal to work done divided by charge. How much charge? 10 coulombs of charge. Now see, 90 minus 40 is equal to 50 is equal to W divided by 10, or W will be equal to 50 into 10, that is 500. 500 joules of work are done. 500 joules of work need to be done so that we can move 10 coulombs of charge from point A to point B. Now let us solve one more question. Determine potential difference. Determine potential difference. Determine potential difference when we do 20 joules of work is done in moving 5 coulombs of charge from A to B. Now what is given? We are given work is equal to 20 joules and we are given charge is equal to 5 coulomb. Therefore we have to determine del V is equal to work done divided by charge. Now what is work done over here? It is 20 joules. What is charge? It is 5 coulombs. Joule per coulomb is equal to volt and 5 by 20 is equal to 4. We have 4 volts of potential over here, potential difference. This is about potential difference. Thank you for watching.